Kristen, thank you. The day to cast your vote in the city's special election is here, and the controversial late-term abortion ban is driving many people to go out and vote.
The city clerk is ready for what could be a record-breaking day if early voting numbers are any indication, because they have already set a record. News 13's Samantha McDonald out at one polling place that could be packed, the Morelos Senior Center. Good morning, Sam.
Good morning, Matt. Well, over 43,000 people have already voted early in Albuquerque's special election, and the city clerk is preparing for a similar turnout today at the polls.
We plan like we're going to be swamped. We've trained the poll workers, my staff is ready, our vendor is ready for just a huge turnout.
Voters face the issue of the late-term abortion ban, and in the area of District 7 near Uptown, voters will decide against City Councilor Diane Gibson or Janice Arnold Jones. With the late-term abortion issue at the forefront, City Clerk Amy Bailey thinks this could be a record-breaking day. In order to top the record turnout for a city election, 140,000 people would have to vote today. The polling sites will be the same as they were for the mayor election last month. They will open just at 7 a.m. and remain open until 7 p.m. Back to you.
All right, thank you for the important information there, Sam. Another issue the city will be watching for today, making sure protesters stay at least 100 feet away from doors at the polling places. And don't forget, for all the information you need to know about today's city election in Albuquerque, head to our website, krqe.com. Of course, we'll have team coverage on the vote with both sides tonight at 10. And if you go to bed early, don't worry, we'll get you caught up tomorrow morning.
Two state senators are accusing the State Human Services Department of violating the privacy rights of possibly thousands of patients.
Nobody should have their patient privacy violated like that.
So you believe they violated HIPAA?
Absolutely. It was a HIPAA violation.
HSD accused New Mexico's behavioral health providers of potential Medicaid fraud. The state froze Medicaid funding to more than a dozen agencies. An Arizona provider stepped in to take over, and patient records were sent in to them. Now, how it was done is the problem here. Senator Morales says HSD may have violated the HIPAA privacy rights of as many as 3,000 patients when the department scanned the documents into a computer system, then emailed that out to New Mexico and Arizona providers.
When it was sent out, it was a blanket spreadsheet that was sent out that was unsecured and unencrypted, which is a direct violation of the HIPAA rules.
But HSD insists every company that viewed the email and the patient files are allowed to see them and that no HIPAA violation took place. The Attorney General's office is now investigating, and Senator Morales claims that the Federal Office of Civil Rights is too.
Well, paperwork is now shedding new light on the crimes the Torrance County manager and her buddy are suspected of committing. Joy Ansley and her friend, Chris Valdez, a contractor, accused of misusing taxpayer money by adding work to county construction projects. Court documents show on the Torreon Fire Station project, 7 additions were made, upping the cost, more than doubling it from $79 grand to $177,000. The state claims some of the work had inflated prices too. The case is having preliminary hearings in court this week, but we were not allowed in yesterday, so we filed a motion asking the judge to open the hearings. Well, a teacher here in New Mexico posted a pic of her student on social media calling him her, quote, man crush. Now a school district is investigating. The Estancia School District wouldn't confirm any specifics here, but says it investigated what could be a teacher and a student inappropriately communicating with each other. There's a screen grab of it. It's the latest incident in a string of controversial social media posts by educators. We've been telling you, a teacher at Rio Grande High School was recently suspended after what she wrote on Facebook saying, quote, furious. This teacher is going to kill some children tomorrow. And there's APS Superintendent Winston Brooks there, who was recently suspended for 3 days without pay because of some controversial comments he made on Twitter about Education Secretary Designate Hannah Scandera.
Teachers across New Mexico are taking advantage of a program that moves them from top-graded schools to struggling ones. The Education Secretary Designate says that 15 teachers have signed up for the program so far. The teachers get a $5,000 stipend in return. The state began the program in September as a way to bring new energy to struggling schools. Some teachers have argued the program is unfair.
Well, people living near Magdalena are fed up with military exercises in their neighborhood, and now they say the Forest Service and the military are hatching a plan to expand the exercises that are already driving them nuts. The permit allowing military training operations near Magdalena since the 70s is about to run out. The Air Force and the U.S. Forest Service insist a plan for extension and expansion isn't that bad, but people are already sick and tired of the noise and pollution, and now they say things could be getting worse. A Forest Service proposal permitting the military exercises to take place for another 20 years expands them, adding 3 more helicopter landing areas.
There was no attempt to educate the people that live down there and experience this noise on a daily basis.
We sent letters out, we sent out a press release, we posted it on the web. We got as much word out as we could.
On Friday, the Forest Service, along with Kirtland Air Force Base, will be holding a meeting in Magdalena to talk about this issue, answer questions, and address concerns. And in Albuquerque tonight, Kirtland Air Force Base is hosting its Citizens Advisory Board meeting from 5:30 to 7:30. It's at the Cesar Chavez Community Center on Catherine Southeast. Kirtland and the State Environment Department will be there with an update on the fuel spill, more specifically how the cleanup process is going.
Santa Fe County is going after its biggest tax offender. According to the New Mexican, the Northern Rio Grande Sportsman Club, which runs a shooting range in La Puebla, owes the county $143,000. But in a lawsuit, the club argues that it should be exempt because they use it under an agreement with the BLM and doesn't own it outright. The club president told the paper that they want to make sure that everything is done legally.